Hi, Virgo. So the bottom of the deck for you guys is the Emperor. So the Emperor is the quintessential leader, and he's all the kings go to this Emperor and ask his advice and look to him for leadership. So he listens to everyone and takes into consideration everyone's opinions and thoughts, but ultimately, he needs to make decisions, and he makes those decisions that are in the best interest of everyone in his kingdom. So not everyone's going to be happy once this emperor makes his decision, which of course you can never please anyone. So that's sort of a theme I've been um, feeling with this card more recently, is not only be a leader in your own life, take charge, things like that, but you can't please everyone, and you have to make the best decision with the information you have at the time you're making the decision. And remember, it's literally impossible to please everyone. And when it's decisions about your own life, you're the one who has to live with the consequences of the choices you make. No one else, no matter how much they think they have a right to influence you, whether it's your parents, your significant other, your friends. Ultimately, it's your life, and you're the one who lives with the consequences, good or bad, happy, whether they make you happy or sad or successful or whatever. Even if, you listen to your parents and become a doctor and you're successful, you make money, but you may not be happy. You know what I mean? So you're the one who has to live with that. So make sure that when you are making your choices that you're keeping that in mind. It doesn't mean you're being selfish, of course. You're thinking about everyone else's, but ultimately you need to make the decision that's best for you, or best for your family, or best for, the most people involved, knowing that you're not going to please everyone. And maybe on some level you won't please anyone, but on some level you'll please everyone in a certain way. The focus card is the Eight of Shields, which has come up just ad nauseum over the last year. And so it's kind of interesting. This is a little bit of a nod to what I was just saying about, you could become a doctor and be very successfully financially and things like that. However, if it's not feeding your soul, it's sort of an empty victory. So the focus is really finding that and nurturing that, and that feeds your soul, that makes you feel very present, and it's almost a meditative experience. Like that's the master craftsman, whose life work, is his art, his gardening, his, whatever it is for you. It doesn't have to be art, quote unquote artistic, like a painter or sculptor or anything. It's whatever it is that you do that you love to do, whether it's just working in your garage, going to garage sales. I mean, seriously, whatever it is, that thing that you are super interested in, that just really makes you feel happy and fulfilled and at peace. So that's kind of a nice focus for the month, either focusing on that or figuring out what that is. So Eight of Swords, I'm not surprised. I feel like, you feel trapped in a job that you just have for the money, because it pays the bills, of course, and benefits and all those very important and not insignificant things in the world we live in, especially if you're in the United States. Your job is tied to your healthcare and things like that. But it can make you feel trapped and unsatisfied and unhappy, which can then contaminate other areas of your life. Let's see what the other... Oh, and the Six of Cups, yes. nostalgia, simplicity. What did you love to do as a child? And I'm feeling this very much with this Eight of Shields. What did you love to do? What do you love to do? Even if it seems childish or not a serious career. Maybe you love gaming and you want to start a YouTube channel. Oh my God, my son watches people play Minecraft on YouTube. They have millions of subscribers. It's their bread and butter. Does it sound crazy? Sure. Is it going to fulfill a dream and potentially even support you? Yeah, well, hell yeah, it might. Probably a tarot card reader may not. But you know what? It's still something I love to do. So it doesn't have to necessarily become your job. It can supplement your job, or you can take steps towards the simplicity, the things you love to do as a child, that which feeds your soul and allows you to be present. This is one of my absolute favorite cards. This is my favorite Six of Cups card, and I have like 30 something tarot decks at this point. But this is one of my favorite cards because this just reminds me, growing up in Vermont during the summer, you cherish the summer because the winter seems so long, and just going out in the different swimming holes with your friends. There's a dog, swimming with you and just enjoying the moment. I love it. Interesting card to get in the work category. So I feel like you're feeling trapped. It's like you want to, what happened to the good times when you're a kid and you're just stuck in this 9 to 5 job. So figure out a way to do something that's really satisfying on some level. I know it's scary. It seems impossible. But try to figure it out. Try to take some steps in that way. Because your happiness is worth it, and life is always too short. So in the home, outside of work, the Magician, manifesting. Yeah, nice. And the Star. Yeah, you guys want to follow your dreams. I love it. And you can start manifesting these things that you've just been longing for, and they seem so far away, but it's going to be the key to healing. It's like, be the leader in your life, and if you want to be a musician, like if you want to become a star, if you want to try out for a TV show, I don't, all these things kind of random coming into my mind, but healing, you're going to heal by pursuing things that are going to fulfill you inside. You want to be somewhere where it's fulfilling your soul and not feeling like you're trapped. And the Magician actually is a very encouraging card, saying you can do it. You have all the tools necessary. You just have to believe in yourself. That's the biggest thing. It's the people who do it and the people who don't. Are you going to be someone who does it, or someone who just goes, oh, I can't, I'm trapped? So some of you have a talent that you can make money off of. So maybe you have a partner. This actually, though, the Nine of Shields, it's a very good card for self-employment, but it's usually a singular card. It usually depicts, it's a very interesting card in this deck, because it's almost like someone was wearing, I don't know, it's terrible. This is one of my favorite decks, and I don't really know the Arthurian legend well enough to know the story behind this, so I apologize. But he has his back turned, but it's like shedding skin, like shedding the old you. And I never read this card this way, but it's like there's a new you emerging, and there's some passion being stirred up in you. And whether I almost, even though this is the relationship category, I almost feel like your relationship is sort of with yourself, and it's more of an internal thing, and you're getting more in touch with yourself, and you have this passion that you want to follow this month. That's really your kind of single focus, a new beginning. I just think it's so interesting that there's another person in this card, and he sort of has his back turned. Like, maybe if you are in a relationship, like there's this new you emerging, and the person you're in the relationship with is not seeing it, and you're sort of have this, you have the star card, the magician, these amazing new beginnings, and you're really trying to get in touch with that which feeds your soul, simplicity. You don't want to be trapped anymore. Something is sparking your passion. So for some of you, you may have outgrown a relationship, and for others, you're going to meet someone that's going to sort of fit in with this new passion and way of living your life, and idea and dream that you have, and they're going to be part of this new beginning for you. Now, these last two cards are some overall spiritual and growth cards. So you have the Ten of Wands, unburdening yourself. The straw that broke the camel's back. There's an ending. There's something that just made you say, enough. I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. And I'm going to live authentically from here on out. I'm going to take a chance on myself and move towards that which is fulfilling and makes me happy, because that is more important than anything else. Oh my God, and the Fool. I just got the chills. So, new beginning, setting out on a new path. The Fool is not foolish. Those of you who have watched me for a while, you know that I put the Fool at the top of the major arcana, not the bottom. He's not a fool. He realizes he has to get up, usually is on top of a mountain. He's had to go through all the major arcana, all those lessons to get here. And at the end, ultimately, though, he knows, just like that emperor, you can't please everyone. You can't, there's no perfect timing. You can't make sure you have everything all your ducks in a row. It's just not possible. There's no such thing as perfection. And so ultimately, he knows he has to do it anyway, even if the timing isn't perfect, if you're going to piss people off, if it's a risk, he's willing to go for it and take that chance, knowing full well all the other information. Because if you don't have the Fool's energy, then you probably will be stuck all the time, and potentially unfulfilled if you're never willing to take a risk. So I'm going to leave it there. This was a beautiful reading, and there's something about it for you this month is going to be sort of life-changing and magical for some of you. So enjoy it, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.